I want to talk to you about, today's fashion scenario, the ever-changing landscape in India. It has changed so much, even in the last decade. Tell us your thoughts about it.
Well, I think India perhaps is the only country that is there in the world which is not following a dictate which is written down by Paris or New York. It is actually evolving from within its own culture, its own climate, and with a great deal of talent from Indian designers, as well as the amazing availability of organic, natural fabrics. And we have 16 million people in India who are actively engaged in producing textiles in the craft sector. It is a phenomenal combination, and you see the results of this in India, where its vast population is really enjoying the challenge that we have of creating a new fashion handwriting.
It's an art, the our handloom industry is an art in itself. And do you think that art is, I don't want to say slowly dying, but is it?
Well, the handicrafts in India are practiced by millions of people. I mean, the size of any small country would be the population which actually is actively involved in textiles. It's the second largest after agriculture in India. So I would say that art has been almost in our veins, in our DNA forever. And it will not die ever. It may change space, it might change its definition. It stops becoming handlooms, it may become parloom.
Yeah.
But I think basically what you have in India is a connect between what you wear and what you think, whether it's poetry or whether it's craft. They are all very interconnected. So I think if something dies, then the whole ethos will die.
But you mentioned that you wanted to cater to a much younger audience. So, how would you sell that to, say, a 22-year-old or, someone who's just getting married?
Well, I think don't take a premise that the 22-year-old has less aesthetics than anybody else. What we aim to do with the label line is we are doing very modern cuts. They are going to be jumpsuits, they are shorts, but with a soul, and the soul comes from India, and it comes from its textiles, and that marriage, I think, works. It may not really shake your commercial foundations as much as something else would, but I think there's a place in the world today for natural fabrics, for old aesthetics, but of course they have to be put in a way that a younger person can find it easy to wear and more than anything else, attractive to wear.
What did you think of Lakme Fashion Week and, that just happened? So many designers. What was your take on it?
Well, we participated in it, and we participated with exactly what I was talking to you about, with a kind of sporty take on our traditional fabrics. And I think it went down very well. I enjoyed it. And the energy in a fashion week of that nature is really coming from the fact that they are Indian designers there. We are not really selling high street clothes that are available all over the world. There is something creative about that show, and I found it great fun.
And today, who wears a Ritu Kumar?
I think the demographics are getting very wide. It could be 16 to 86. It depends upon what part of the collection that you're actually enjoying. There is a middle-aged person who's wearing very loungy clothes, who is very clubby wear, the layers that India is wearing at the moment. They could be in their 30s, 40s. The younger person goes to the label line, and of course we have our perennial bridal. I don't think you're going to get married in a pair of shorts, so we have a market for that as well.
Yes, please tell us a little bit about that, Ms. Kumar. We're dying to know. And where can we shop for your stuff in Dubai?
That store is opening in Dubai Festival City, and it's a standalone label store. It doesn't have any of the other trappings of embroideries or the lehengas, etc., etc. And we hope it will remain a standalone store. It is going to be, we hope, popular with a certain kind of person who is looking for that kind of difference, something with also nature's footprint on it. And we're excited about the fact that it's opening in the UAE because we need to expand in Eastern handwriting as well.
Okay. Ms. Kumar, tell us a little bit about your muse. If you had one, who would she or he be? A little bit about your brand ambassador, Kalki. Why did you choose her?
We're talking about Kalki.
Kalki, yes.
But I think she's the kind of person, she's my label girl. She is independent, she's intelligent, she's well read, she knows the world, and she makes her choices. And these are not being made for any philanthropic reason. She just enjoys those options. And I think she makes us a great brand ambassador.
All right. Any last thoughts about Bollywood and who you've dressed, who you'd like to dress in the future? There are so many young faces today. Who do you see wearing a Ritu Kumar label?
Well, they've changed over the years, from Rakhi and Sharmila Tagore to this one, Katrina today, or even Kangana. The Bollywood scene is also changing, and the women in Bollywood are changing. I know that Madhuri Dixit just wore a sari, but that's really not the only muse. We have across the board many, many young girls who also want a certain part of the Ritu Kumar collection, maybe not the saris, but maybe something else. And we hope to be able to widen that footprint.
Excellent, Ms. Kumar. I wish you all the best. I hope your new store does brilliantly well over here. And all the best for tomorrow's fashion show.
Thank you. I hope to see you there.
Thank you.